Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to South High in Wichita, Kansas, the home of the South High Titans, where tonight the Titans will entertain your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies in a Greater Wichita Athletic League basketball contest. My name's Kevin Arkin, glad to be with you. Producer engineers tonight are Matt Smith and John Heiser. Glad to have both of these veterans on board. Should be a fun game. Hope to make it a close game and recover from the Tuesday night game, which it was a heartbreaking loss in the second half at East High as the Grizzlies just ran out of gas after the third quarter. Hopefully they can put 4 good quarters here together tonight and get some momentum before the upcoming playoffs. Grizzlies come into tonight's contest with a record of 5-12. That's not right. 5-11. Excuse me, I think they're 5-11. And they may be 5-12 now that I think about it. I'm all confused. I apologize for that. South High 7-11 on the season, as the season will wrap up next Tuesday night. Grizzlies will be at West High on Tuesday for the finale of the season. We will also be there live at 7:15 on the World Wide Web. You're watching tonight's game via delayed podcast, as there unfortunately is no internet signal available to get a stream out of the building tonight. Our jetpacks came in at 0. And we actually moved twice to different perches, and this is where they ended up putting us. The view's not bad from here, but this was the best signal in the building, and it was barely 2 bars and just was not enough. We're going to send it to the pregame show here after a quick 30-second timeout, so stay with us. Plenty to come here tonight on the World Wide Web, Grizzlies and South High. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
Hey man, you got up for football?
Band class still needs you, man. Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
This is the Northwest Grizzlies basketball pregame show. A look at past contests and a preview of today's game. And now, here's the coach.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to South High, where tonight the Grizzlies take on the South High Titans in their second last regular season contest of the year. We're joined, as always, by head coach Andy Hill. And Coach, welcome. And Tuesday night was certainly a mixed bag, a story of 2 different halves.
Yeah, it sure was. Thanks for having me, Kevin. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to, the pace that we started that game on, making 7 threes in the first quarter and 10 in the first half. I mean, we knew that type of shooting wasn't necessarily going to continue. We continued to battle through the third quarter and, down 3 going into the fourth. And then just kind of everything got away from us there in that fourth quarter. We stopped attacking, turnovers, and giving up offensive rebounds certainly killed us. But anybody who was there, that final score is not really indicative of how close that game was most of the way. Our kids competed, they battled. I think we got a little tired down the stretch and didn't handle that very well. But overall, I think we took some steps in the right direction.
Well, I would certainly agree with, and I think anybody else would too, the statement about them battling. They worked hard the entire game, and yes, they were on fire in the first quarter, and you know that kind of 3-point shooting is going to last all night. Given the fact that East High had so many players bigger and taller than our guys were, and that they were shooting over them the whole time. It was amazing how well they did in the first half, and then the gas tank just ran out in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, it did, and talking about it with the guys yesterday at practice, we're just talking about taking steps in the right direction, and getting our culture established. And one of the things that we said was, just looking at East High during that game and their body language, those kids, even when we were playing so well early in the game, those kids, I don't think ever really believed that they were going to lose. We just talked to our kids about that's their culture that they have, and they've earned that over the years, and that's where we're trying to get to the point where no matter what the circumstances are in the game, we expect to win. And we're not there yet, but that's hopefully where we'd like to get. So.
And the program is going to get there. There's no question in my mind, especially since you've got such a young group of kids for the most part anyway. And as they get ingrained in the program over the next year or two, you're going to see those results. I can guarantee it.
Well, we appreciate that. We're definitely excited about the direction and some of the young kids that we've got. So
you've got South High tonight. Titans beat us first time. We played them. Anything different in your game plan going into their building?
Yeah, we're definitely going to change some things around from what we did the first time. We tried to guard them man to man most of the game first time around, and that didn't work out so well for us.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball is on the air. Follow your Grizzlies throughout the entire season as they take on the top programs in the state and fight their way toward the 5A state title. Tonight's webcast is presented in conjunction with the interactive media program at Northwest High, and members of Shane Monroe's class participate in the production of tonight's webcast as part of their curriculum. Tonight's game is sponsored in part by Mel Hamilton Ford at the big corner of Kellogg and 119th Street West. We're better, we're proving it, you be the judge. Stop by and see Lisa Hamilton and the outstanding staff at Mel Hamilton Ford today. And by Floodman Family Law at 323 North Market in Wichita, where they are dedicated to the complete resolution of family legal disputes. They will make this difficult time for you a little less challenging. And now, let's go courtside and meet the crew for tonight's Grizzlies boys basketball webcast. And a very pleasant good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Todd Taylor, for your warm welcome. And folks, welcome to the World Wide Web and Wichita Northwest Grizzlies varsity boys basketball. I'm joined tonight by our executive producers, John Heiser and Matthew Smith. Between the three of us, we're going to bring you the sights and sounds of what we hope to be a very competitive contest here at South High. This being the return visit for the Grizzlies this year. After entertaining South at home, South did prevail in that game. So the Grizzlies looking for some payback here tonight at the home of the Titans and hoping to spoil their senior night activities, which took place prior to the warm-up for this game. One notable change tonight in the lineup for the Grizzlies. Todrick McGee will get his first start of the season. The sophomore had some extensive minutes on Tuesday night and gets the starting nod here tonight. No surprises for South High on their starting lineup. South, as I mentioned, coming in at 7-11, Grizzlies 5-12 on the season. Getting ready for playoffs. One more game after tonight. In the regular season, Grizzlies will travel to West High and try and spoil their senior night on Tuesday. And we will be there to bring it to you live beginning at 7:15 with the pregame show and head coach Andy Hill. Grizzlies basketball on the internet is being brought to you in part tonight by Mel Hambledon Ford at the big corner of 119th Street West and Kellogg. We're better, we're proving it. You be the judge. Mel Hambledon Ford. Also being brought to you in part by the Floodman Family Law Firm at 323 North Market here in Wichita. Check them out in person or check them out on the web at floodmanfamilylaw.com. Grizzlies will be wearing their road blues tonight with gold trim and gold numerals. And South High will be in their home whites with blue numerals and blue trim. And we're getting ready for the introduction of the players and the national anthem. The latter will actually be first, I believe, as the color guard stands ready to present the colors. That's the national anthem as presented by the South High Pep Band and the South High Junior ROTC Honor Guard as they depart with the appropriate flags. And one of the things that people don't understand is you're supposed to remain standing until the flag leaves the floor. Everybody sat down immediately after the national anthem. Players are being introduced. DeAndre Wilson, a 6'2 sophomore guard, just got introduced for the Grizzlies. He's wearing number 4 tonight. And Karen Sears, number 0, a 6'2 senior guard for the Titans. Number 5, David Duncan, a 6' sophomore guard for the Grizzlies. And number 1 is Makey Loggins, a 6' junior guard for South High. Number 15 is senior Lincoln Phillips of the Grizzlies, 6'2 guard. And a senior guard at 6'1 for South is Cordell Perry, wearing number 4. Number 21 for the Grizzlies is Logan Engelmeyer, a 6'3 senior forward. And for South High, Abel Jones, number 10, a 6'1 freshman forward. And last for the Grizzlies, Braden Verbeck, number 24, a 6' sophomore guard. And Keenan Miller, a 6'4 senior forward for South High. South High is coached by Chuck Gunner. He's assisted by Robert James, Irvin Garnes, and Jeremy Tate. Grizzlies are coached by Andy Hill. His assistants are Craig Nicholson, Kylan Hawkins, and Tavis Leak. Grizzlies will be playing away from us in the first half. So they're playing from us to the other end of the court in the first half. Engelmeyer set to tip off along with Keenan Miller. And we are underway, and South High wins the opening tip. Underneath the basket, putting it in for a quick score is number 0, Karen Sears of South High. Grizzlies will bring it down now. Verbeck with it on the far side. He's in a part of the court on the near side that is obscured from our view here, and we apologize that we can't give you 100% of the floor. Engelmeyer, skyhook misses, rebound by South. Here come the Titans back. There's about 5 feet of the floor as Miller scores for the Titans. And the Grizzlies will bring it back down. DeAndre Wilson to Duncan. They better hurry. They're going to lose their 10 seconds. They almost did. Engelmeyer has it. Back to Duncan. Now around the horn it goes to Wilson. And into the corner to Lincoln Phillips. So we've named everybody on the team here in this one possession. Duncan misses. Put back by Engelmeyer is good. And the Grizzlies cut the deficit in half. Loggins with it for South High over to Perry. Perry calling a play now over on the far side in front of the Grizzly bench is Abel Jones. Jones back to Loggins, now back to Jones. Under the basket, into the paint, there's a shot and it's good. Karen Sears gets his second bucket. It's 6-2. 6:25 to go here in the first. There's a steal and a lay-in by Abel Jones. And we're going to take a quick timeout here as Northwest calls timeout. We're going to go ahead and take one with them. Stay with us. We'll be back with more after this. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
Hey man, you got up for football?
Band class still needs you, man. Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Grizzlies trail by a half dozen, 8-2, 6:21 to go. Grizzlies inbound. DeAndre Wilson has it. Verbeck back to Wilson. And to Duncan. Duncan was wide open, puts it up and scores. David Duncan cuts the lead in half again. It's 8-4. Abel Jones with it. Either is calling a play or is having a heart attack, but he's pumping his chest, so we'll see what the play is here. Grizzlies in a 3-2 zone. On the near side is Miller. Miller back to Jones. And around the horn it goes. Miller puts up a three, misses. Rebound to Wilson. Here come the Grizzlies back. Chance to cut the lead even more. I think one of the things that Coach Hill must have done in that timeout, there's a foul called on Miller. First foul of the contest. It's a common foul. The Grizzlies will have it on the floor. Inbound to DeAndre Wilson. Verbeck on the far side in front of the South High bench. Wilson for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Jones. Here comes Miller. Phillips will foul him on the way up. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Probably a good foul to take because he had a lay-in otherwise. Keenan Miller to shoot two here. First one's off the heel, no good. So we made money on the foul. Engelmeyer goes out now, and Cale Patterson, senior, comes in. Cale Patterson, the 6'1" forward. Verbeck to Duncan. Duncan across the timeline. Double team to Phillips, wide open for three off the rim, no good. Loose ball on the floor. Who comes up with it? The Titans do. Jones has it, and he'll bring it across the timeline. And has it stolen away by Duncan. A long pass to David. Up, and no good. Putback misses by Verbeck. Ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Northwest. Grizzlies had an excellent opportunity to score there. Phillips is fouled by Cordell Perry. Duncan will inbound for Northwest. Wilson almost had his pocket picked. Nice play. Puts it up. Off the rim. No good. Patterson on the rebound. Back to Wilson. He passes it around the horn. Now here's Verbeck going up. Left-handed scoop misses. And a rebound to South High. Here's Miller. And Miller is hammered. Count the basket and a foul. Duncan hammered him going up. They had the foul put up on the board before the whistle blew. Lincoln Phillips just left the game. We'll update you that. And he makes the free throw. Miller gets the three-point play the old-fashioned way. You get the free throw. There you go. Grizzlies trail 12-4. 4 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Todrick McGee, Lincoln Phillips, Duncan, Verbeck, and Patterson on the floor now for the Grizzlies. And there's a three-point bomb by Cordell Perry. Grizzlies trail by 11, and already they're in a deep hole here in the first quarter. Phillips back to McGee. McGee for three off the front, no good. Rebounded there by Loggins. And the Grizzlies go into a 2-3 zone here. There's a three-point attempt over the zone off the heel, no good. Rebounded by the Grizzlies. Verbeck has it. He's going to go drive straight to the basket. Splits two people, gives it off to Duncan. Duncan missed the world. And Keenan Miller gets the ball and sends it forward, but it's intercepted by Phillips. Lincoln Phillips from 12 feet, good. Count it. 3 minutes to go. Grizzlies down, 15-6. That was Phillips' first bucket of the game. Miller on the near side. Far side from us. That one goes out of play. And it's going to stay with South High. DeAndre Wilson comes back in. Duncan takes a seat now for the Grizzlies. And Abel Jones also sat down for South High. Karen Sears under the basket. Loose ball picked up by Verbeck. Braden couldn't split the two defenders. Now has it poked away, but he's fouled in the process. It'll stay with the Grizzlies as a common foul. Foul is on Cordell Perry. That's his second. And he will take a seat. That doesn't bother me in the least. Malik Story comes in to take his place. McGee with it to Phillips. Verbeck in the corner. Good for three. 15-9. Grizzlies trail 2:10 in the first. Titans bring it up. Underneath, Karen Sears has an easy lay-in. Nice pass to him as he got by everybody. 17-9 now. McGee into the corner to Phillips. Back to McGee. Into the paint. Nice play. Patterson couldn't make it go. He gets his own rebound. Now it's out of bounds. He stepped out trying to recover it. And it will go over to South High on the turnover. Pretty fast-paced first quarter. South has 3 team fouls. Grizzlies have 2. Miller sends it into Karen Sears. Nice pass as he was going out of bounds. Loose ball on the floor. It's still loose. Who's got it? McGee's got it. Here comes Verbeck with it. Down the floor he goes. Sends it off of Karen Sears. It will stay with Northwest. DeAndre Wilson will inbound. Grizzlies trail 17-9, 1:03 to go. First quarter. Glad to have you on board wherever you are on planet Earth. Following your Grizzlies. Grizzlies trying to get momentum going for the playoffs. There's a shot by Wilson that missed everything. Rebounded by the Grizzlies. Now Verbeck misses a 3, and here that one is rebounded by Miller, and a foul's called on Verbeck. That's his first, team's third. Miller will inbound to Loggins. Story back to Miller, now back to Story. Into the paint to Sears. Sears dishes it off, intercepted by Verbeck. Here come the Grizzlies. McGee with it. Driving up to the basket, blocked. They could have called the goaltend and did not. And Andy Hill is wanting to know why. Now the refs are going to talk about whether it's a goaltend or not. And I think they're not going to call it a goaltend. Much to the chagrin of the Northwest bench. Back we go. 12 seconds to go, first quarter. Wilson almost stole it. Now there's a shot and a score by Sears to end the quarter. And the Grizzlies will go into the second quarter down by double digits. After one, Grizzlies trail 19-9. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, is a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Grizzlies will inbound to start the second quarter. First quarter was all Aaron Sears and Keenan Miller as they had 8 points and 6 points between them respectively. 14 of the 19 points scored by those two gentlemen from South High. And Easton Ruffin in the game now for the Grizzlies. He's on the floor with DeAndre Wilson, Duncan Phillips, Cale Patterson, and Braden Verbeck. Grizzlies down by 10, need to get something going, and they started with a turnover, as you saw. Loggins with it for South High. Sears, a three-pointer, in and out, no good. There's a chance for the Grizzlies now. Wilson down, gives it off to Duncan. Duncan almost traveled, dishes it back to Wilson, now to Duncan. Duncan thought about a three and pulled it back down. Ruffin in the corner to Duncan for three. Off the rim, no good, and a foul called. And if that's a foul in the act of shooting, he's going to shoot 3 free throws here. The foul is on Story. It's his first. And they're calling it a common foul, so no shooting. Easton Ruffin with it. Into the corner for Verbeck. Braden back out to Ruffin. Over on the near side to Wilson. Back to Verbeck. Back to Ruffin. Ruffin almost lost it. Has it back. Duncan for three. In and out, no good. Rebound. Patterson got a piece of it, couldn't control it. Here comes South High back with it. Miller. And that's got to be a charge. It is. Give the foul to Keenan Miller on the charge. Grizzlies will get the possession. That's Keenan Miller's second foul. He takes a seat, and that doesn't break my heart either. We welcome anybody from the South High community watching tonight. Hoping you're enjoying the webcast. Happy to be able to bring it to you, and just keep in mind that this is brought to you with a Northwest Grizzly flavor. We love all your kids. Phillips now to Wilson. Wilson from 10 feet misses. Rebound goes to Sears, and here comes South High back very quickly. Sears with it. And a three-pointer off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Wilson. Wilson is fouled by Sears. Sears was just climbing his back there. Well, they gave it to Malik Story. I don't see that one myself, but I'm not calling the game from the floor. Wilson to Duncan. And a steal by Loggins. Up, misses, rebound to Duncan, David Duncan. He comes down. Wilson for three, off the heel, no good. The threes are not falling here in the first half tonight for Northwest. There's a block shot and a steal. Phillips goes up and out of bounds. A nice block that time by the combination of Loggins and Jones. I'm not sure which one of them got it, but one of them did. Missed one. Don't worry about it. We'll find it when that person fouls again and you're short a foul. Wilson with it, 5:25 to go in the first half. Now to Duncan. Into the paint to Ruffin. He wasn't expecting it, I don't think. Lucky to control it. Easton Ruffin back over to Wilson. Back to Ruffin. Wilson for three. Good! 19-12. Grizzlies still trailed. Down to 7-point differential. 5 minutes to go till halftime. Grizzlies need to make a run here. Titans with it. Loggins over to Frierson, who came into the game at the break. Also coming in was number 42, Elijah Brunt. Sears in the paint, goes up. Engelmeyer got him. Frierson will go to the line and shoot a pair. First foul of the night on Logan. Wow, they gave that one to Duncan. I could have sworn it was Engelmeyer that got him, but it doesn't matter. He misses the first free throw, does Frierson. Duncan has 2 fouls, that is. Second free throw coming from Frierson, the sophomore. He makes the second one, makes 1 out of 2. (20-12), Grizzlies trail. 4:30 to go, first half. Verbeck to Wilson. Wilson over to Phillips, back to Wilson. Wilson puts up a 3. It's off the left side rim, no good. Verbeck gets the rebound. Sends it out here to Phillips. Phillips back to Verbeck. He drives under the basket, has a shot blocked that time by Perry. And here comes Jones and company back with it for South High. That's the third or fourth block here in the first half tonight by the Titans. Not exactly sure what Jones is up to. I can't believe he's playing for 1 shot with 4 minutes to go. Here we go. Unless he was trying to pull the Grizzlies out of a zone. Jones puts it in for 2. And the Grizzlies trail by 10 again. Wilson brings it across up the floor, and sinks one. DeAndre Wilson for 2. It's 22-14. Perry with it. To Sears, back to Perry. And there's one intercepted by Engelmeyer. That was intended for Frierson. Nice job by Logan. Wilson puts it up, can't make it go. Jensen Linton now in the game for the Grizzlies. Tried to get the putback. He missed as well. Lincoln Phillips is going to get called for a blocking foul. That is Lincoln Phillips' second foul. And Easton Ruffin is going to come back into the game, and Lincoln is going to sit down. He's probably done till halftime. Can't afford to have him in foul trouble. So we'll set the lineup on the floor here for you as soon as we get an opportunity. Around the horn, 10-footer, misses. Rebound by Linton. Nice rebound by the youngster, and here comes DeAndre Wilson. Wilson up, misses. He's fouled. He'll go to the line and will shoot a pair. On the floor right now for the 5 four-year Grizzlies are DeAndre Wilson, Easton Ruffin, Braden Verbeck, Jensen Linton, and Logan Engelmeyer. First free throw by Wilson is good. Grizzlies now in the 1-and-1 bonus, as that was the 7th foul by South High. Grizzlies still have 1 foul to give. Second one misses, but a rebound by Linton. Here's Wilson with it. Verbeck to Ruffin to Wilson. Yeah, Grizzlies put two guys in the paint. Now they both scatter. Wilson with it again, looking for an opening. Puts it up, misses. Rebound by Miller. In the corner, and he's fouled by Logan Engelmeyer. And again, they had a foul to give, so that'll be a common foul. That's Logan's first foul. You see the South High cheerleaders in the far end zone. The Northwest cheerleaders are right below us where they're out of sight of the camera, unfortunately. So we can't show you their skills. I'm not exactly sure what we were waiting for, but it's over, whatever it is. And here comes Loggins with the ball. Now we have a whistle. Evidently we have a scoring problem of some kind. They're going to bring it in from the side. I'm not exactly sure what that was unless the clock didn't start. I can ask our executive producers if they know. You know what the problem was? And they're shaking their heads. It matters not. We're playing now. Miller with it. 1:40 to go. Till half. Miller in the paint, puts it up, and easy drop. Miller, nice job making the spin move and dropping the ball. 24-15, Grizzlies trail, 1:16 to go, first half. Wilson back to Ruffin. Back to Wilson. Romeo Towns is in the game for South High. Nice three ball by the Grizzlies. Who was that? Who scored? DeAndre Wilson gets the three. And around the horn it goes. They're going to probably play for one here. Grizzlies in a 3-2 zone. Into the paint. Miller puts it up. Off the rim. No good. Towns tried to get the rebound, couldn't. Grizzlies come up with it. They'll play for one. 22 seconds to go till halftime. DeAndre Wilson is just stalling for time. 10 seconds to go now. 9, 8. And it's time to do something. Ruffin with it. Linton. They're running out of time. He puts up a long one, and that possession really netted them nothing. So we go into halftime. Grizzlies are only down by 6. They are in this game. 24-18. Grizzlies trail. We'll be back with our halftime extravaganza after this.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a number 1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community. Because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Back at South High, Kevin Arkin along with executive producers John Heiser and Matthew Smith with you. Grizzlies trail by 6 here. This game very much in control, and a good chance for the Grizzlies to make a comeback. They are certainly not out of range as they were on Tuesday night. So a good hard-fought first half by both teams, quite honestly. And the Grizzlies, like I said, down 24-18. The scoring wrap-up, 3 players in the game have 8 points each. 2 of them are for South High, and that's Karen Sears and Keenan Miller with 8 each. Also for South, Abel Jones has 4, Perry has 3, and Frierson has 2. The only ones with 2 fouls for South High are Cordell Perry and Keenan Miller. Each of them have 2 fouls. For the Grizzlies, DeAndre Wilson has been a one-man army. He's got 8 of our points. Other points, 2 apiece by David Duncan, Lincoln Phillips, Logan Engelmeyer, and 3 points by Braden Verbeck. And it ought to be noteworthy that all Grizzlies' points in the second quarter were scored by DeAndre Wilson, who scored no points in the first quarter. So he didn't have much help scoring-wise in the first quarter. Can I have that black book? As you can see in the background down there, this must also be is this their homecoming? Is that what they're doing? This is South High's basketball homecoming, and the Queen candidates are being escorted to the center of the floor to the honor guard of the junior ROTC here at South. Kind of a nice effect and well done. One more to go. We cannot hear anything, so I can't tell you who these people are or what's going on. Just that they're all taking a nice walk and getting a nice round of applause. Decent crowd on hand tonight. We haven't mentioned the crowd. South High drew a pretty decent crowd tonight. Not a lot of Grizzlies fans here, but the ones who are here are very vocal and enjoying a pretty good contest here in the first half. Keenan Miller's size is probably the one thing that stands out to me more than anything else. He's been able to use his size to dominate the opponent, especially when making the run to the basket. His size has been a big advantage, and it's also helped him, quite frankly, as far as rebounding is concerned. We don't keep rebounding stats here, but if we did, I can tell you that Keenan Miller would be the leading rebounder in the contest. Northwest Grizzlies basketball is brought to you in part tonight by Floodman Family Law, where they're dedicated exclusively to the resolution of... Hang on just a minute here, folks. There we go. Floodman Family Law is dedicated exclusively to the resolution of family law disputes, whether it be divorce, spousal maintenance, paternity, child custody, child support, property division, protection from abuse, or other family law-related matters. We hope that you will give Floodman Family Law the opportunity to serve you. They are committed to zealously representing your interests, and they take pride in fully responding to your questions and concerns quickly, and they understand that divorce and child custody matters can be very trying. Floodman Family Law, with the support of their excellent and experienced staff, can make this difficult time for you a little less challenging. Floodman Family Law is located at 323 North Market in Wichita, or check them out on the World Wide Web at Floodman, Floodman, FloodmanFamilyLaw.com. Also brought to you in part tonight by Mel Hambledon Ford. We're better, we're proving it. You be the judge. Mel Hambledon Ford at the big corner of 119th Street West and West Kellogg. We thank Lisa Hambledon and Phil Nightingale and all the nice folks at Mel Hambledon Ford for their support of Northwest Athletics, and in particular for their support of Grizzlies boys basketball. We're on the air next on Tuesday. It'll be the regular season finale, and we still do not know anything about playoffs. I can tell you, having visited with Coach Hill, he doesn't know anything more either. A lot of it depends on what we do tonight and what we do Tuesday. The Grizzlies are trying to avoid a play-in game. If you heard Coach Hill on Tuesday night talk about that, both 6A and 5A expanded from 32 to 36 teams this year. So in order to have an even four-pronged bracket of 8 teams each, 4 teams have to play-in games. So there are play-in games for the bottom 4 seeds, and it is possible that we could actually host a play-in game if we end up playing in one. The Grizzlies, of course, would prefer to have the rest the play-in game might even be on a Saturday, so it wouldn't be all that convenient for the Grizzlies. And if we win tonight and we can win on Wednesday, we would be pretty much assured, we think, of avoiding a play-in game. If we have to play a play-in game, it depends where it is. As far as playoffs concerned, where and when determines whether or not we can webcast it. The chances of traveling, of yours truly being able to travel out of town during the playoffs really are not very good. So it'd have to be reasonably local. I mean, I can't go to Liberal or something like that because I can't take that kind of time away from my regular job this time of year. So we'll see how that goes. We'll know Tuesday night, hopefully, what's going to happen. And even if we don't know after Tuesday's game is completed, because we won't know what everybody else did, I will post one way or another on the website whether or not we play a play-in game, or if we wait until regular playoffs, and where the next game will be. Irregardless of all of that, we will be on the air 7:15 on Tuesday from West High, where we hope to spoil their senior night activities. We're going to go ahead and take one more time out here at halftime, and then we'll be back with the second half of tonight's game live from South High. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Back at South High, Kevin Arkin, along with our executive producers, Matthew Smith and John Heiser, bringing you sights and sounds of this Greater Wichita Athletic League basketball contest between the Grizzlies of Northwest and the South High Titans. We're about a minute away from the start of the second half. South High will inbound to start the second half, and the Grizzlies in the second half will be playing toward us, toward the near basket, which I'm going to cheat a little bit to get more in the frame. So you'll have a pretty good view of the Grizzlies for as much of the court as the camera will cover. As you can see, it does not cover the entire near court, and there's nothing we can do about it because of where we are located here in the perch at South High. Tonight's game is being brought to you, I'm just going to leave it here. I'll put it on the floor. In conjunction with the interactive media class at Northwest High, and your executive producers are students in Shane Monroe's interactive media class. And for them, this is not only homework, but the best kind of homework there is, because they can have fun while they're doing it. And at the same time, they are learning the ins and outs of putting a live webcast together. Getting ready to inbound is South High. Let me just finish my disclaimer by saying this is not NBC, nor do we claim it to be. It is also not ESPN, and you may hear me visiting with our students as need be to enhance the learning experience, and we hope you will understand that. And just like that, Sears starts it off with a bucket here in the second half. Here's Lincoln Phillips in the near court with it, over to Engelmeyer on the near side. Around the horn it goes. Verbeck for three. Good. Braden Verbeck cans a three. The Grizzlies are only down by 5. 26-21 now. On the floor for your Grizzlies, the Fab Five are DeAndre Wilson, Duncan Phillips, Braden Verbeck, Logan Engelmeyer, and Lincoln Phillips right now playing the 3-2 zone. Playing a lot more zone tonight than we've seen in recent games, or at least I've noticed that, to my notice anyway. under the basket. Jones puts it up. Nice pass that time from Perry to Jones. Jones cans it. Grizzlies down by a touchdown. Wilson calls the play. Man-to-man defense for South High. Verbeck drives, puts it up, has the shot blocked that time by Cordell Perry. I wish I was counting blocks. That's at least 4 that I know of. Probably 5. Lincoln Phillips takes the inbound pass from Verbeck. Braden sends one across, almost threw it away. Nice save that time by Duncan. Now the shot blocked by Jones and rebounded by Sears, who puts it in. Karen Sears has been a one-man army against us tonight. He's got a boatload already. Phillips for 3. Good! Lincoln Phillips cans another 3. Now we have a whistle and something's going on. Oh, they're going to inbound it here from the end zone. Karen Sears, I'm sorry, Mickey Logans will bring the ball up for South High. Miller with it into the corner. That's Perry with it. Now back to Jones. Over to Perry. Back to Jones. Trying to pull the Grizzlies out of their 3-2 zone. And there's a long one by Perry, missing short. Rebounded there by Verbeck. Here come the Grizzlies with a chance to narrow the gap. The zone defense did work that time. Duncan, good! Grizzlies down by 4. Miller almost threw it away. Miller with it, top of the key, thought about a 3, pulled it back down. Grizzlies back in their zone. Now we have something going on here. They're calling a charge. Karen Sears gets called for a charge. Turns the ball over to Northwest. 4:50 to go, third quarter. 30-26. Grizzlies trail. Here's Duncan. Putting it up. Another one blocked. That's 6. Here's Jones with it. And a 3 ball is no good. Rebounded that time. That's a nice play by Perry to jump in there and grab that rebound. Around the horn it goes again. Miller with it. Miller to Loggins. Back to Miller. Miller in the paint. Ball tapped away. Here comes the Grizzlies. And a long pass by Phillips was too long. Goes out of play. It will belong to South High. But it was a nice try trying to get a fast break basket. David Duncan has a seat. Todrick McGee comes back in for Northwest. He's out there with Wilson, Verbeck, Patterson in the game now also, and Lincoln Phillips. And into the paint, turnaround jumper misses. Nice save that time by Perry. Loose ball on the floor. They managed to keep possession of it. A 3 ball by Jones is no good. Miller gets the rebound. Out of play it goes, and they're going to give the ball to Northwest. And DeAndre Wilson leaves it for McGee. McGee into Patterson. Pass was intercepted, and the ball is won by Perry. A foul's being charged on McGee. That'll be his first. Unfortunate. South High inbounds. 3:15 to go. 30-26. Grizzlies trail. Miller. Back to Perry. Loggins with it now into the corner for Miller. And a foul's being charged. It's going to be charged on Lincoln Phillips on the reach-in. Well, like I said, they charged it to McGee. I've been wrong on every foul tonight, it seems. Could have sworn they were calling Lincoln Phillips. Doesn't matter. South High maintains possession. Grizzlies have 2 team fouls. There's an intercepted pass by Verbeck. Verbeck up. Get in there. It doesn't go. Loose ball picked up by Story. Here comes South High back 3-on-1. Easy basket that time by Miller. 32-26 Grizzlies trail. Now we have a foul on Jones. Abel Jones gets called for a hold. Braden Verbeck takes a seat. David Duncan comes back in for Northwest to join Patterson, Wilson, McGee, and Phillips. Into the corner. And that ball thrown away, and here comes South High back with it. Oh, nice try by Phillips to get the steal. Now South High with some numbers. And a foul called. Pushing foul called. I'm not going to guess. I'd have been right. It's on Patterson, his first. That's the 3rd team foul on the Grizzlies here in the second half. Jones with it. 1:55 to go in the third. Grizzlies down 32-26. Been a low-scoring quarter so far. Loggins with a basket for the Titans. And here comes Northwest back now with a chance. 15-footer misses. Rebound Phillips off of his hand, they say, and it will go to South High. South High leading by 8, 1:17 to go. Loggins brings it across the timeline for South High. Story with it. To Perry. To Miller. Miller for 3. Good. Big man has soft touch. He gets a 3 ball, and we're down by 11 again. Inside a minute. Duncan missed everything. Rebound by Sears, and here comes Miller with it. Miller up and good. Boy, nice move by Miller. He is smooth. And we're going to take we got a timeout being taken by Northwest with 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We'll go ahead and take one with them. We'll be back in moments. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Grizzlies basketball on the internet also being brought to you in part tonight by Mel Hambledon Ford at the big corner of 119th Street West and Kellogg, and also by the Floodman Family Law Firm at 323 North Market in Wichita. We thank both of those firms for their support of Grizzly basketball. 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Grizzlies down by 13. This is our biggest deficit of the night. They had it down to, they were down by only 4, not just a few minutes ago. Jensen Linton, number 33, came in for Northwest during the timeout. Everybody else remains the same. And we're going to play for 1, which is pretty much what I thought we'd do. 15 to go. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5. Now here's a drive by Wilson. Up and good. Count the basket and a foul. That's the way to do it. Wilson will go to the line and shoot 1. Foul is on Story. That's his third. And he makes the free throw. A nice three-point play to end the third quarter with. And there's a long one. Hit the rim. I'll give him credit for that. Grizzlies will go into the fourth quarter down by 10. And we'll be back with that fourth quarter after this. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
Back for the fourth quarter. The only one with 3 fouls in the game is Malik Story of South High. Nobody else has more than 2. Grizzlies down by 10. They trailed by 10 after the first quarter. They trailed by 9 after the second quarter and by 10 after the third quarter. So at best, we're consistent. Now we need to make a run. We haven't had a big run all night, and we're overdue. On the floor for the Grizzlies, who will inbound. DeAndre Wilson, David Duncan, Easton Ruffin, Cale Patterson, and Braden Verbeck. Ruffin. Back to Wilson. Looking for the shot. Easton Ruffin puts it up and scores. They took their time, but it was worth it. They got 2 points out of it. Now South High comes back. Loggins brings it across the timeline for the Titans. I want to take this moment to thank Athletic Director Kyle Holt of South High for his hospitality and getting us set up here tonight. Was kind of hoping he could slip up here at halftime for a visit, but he was busy elsewhere in the building. Sears puts it up, in and out, no good. There's a break for the Grizzlies. Let's take advantage. Wilson brings it down. Verbeck for 3. Off the heel, no good. Rebounded. Now the loose ball goes out of play. It will it'll stay with South High. Robinson will inbound for South. Loggins now bringing it up the court. Sears also in the game along with Cordell Perry and Keenan Miller. Beg your pardon. That one snuck up out of nowhere before I could kill it. Ball's knocked out of play. It will stay with South High. 6:37 to go. 39-31. Each team with 3 team fouls here in the second half. Sears misses everything. That's unusual for him. He's been hot tonight. Ball nicely saved, but David Duncan gets it. Verbeck, they're calling a foul on Patterson for an illegal screen. Now a timeout's being taken by South High. What number are we on there, Mr. John? All right, let's go ahead and quickly take one with them. We'll be back after this. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Back live, just coming out of the timeout. Sears will inbound the ball and gets it to Robinson. Robinson double team there. Now what do we have? We have a call. And I think we have another timeout. This time they took a full timeout. That's South High took the timeout to avoid the turnover. We're going to keep it here this time, even though it is a full timeout. Remind you all that we will be on the air again on Tuesday for the regular season finale from West High, live at 7:15 Tuesday night. Invite you to join us if you can't come out for the game. Grizzlies appreciate the support of all their fans, and their support has been very good this year. On the floor for the Grizzlies, Easton Ruffin, David Duncan, Cale Patterson, DeAndre Wilson, and Braden Verbeck. That's the Fab Five on the floor for Northwest. It will be South High's ball. They inbound it now. 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. Into Miller. Well, we have a call away from the ball, I think. I think it's on Wilson. Hey, I'm right for a change. DeAndre Wilson picks up his first foul. That's the 5th team foul on Northwest. Inbound to Miller. Nice save by Keenan Miller. He brings it out to Loggins. Loggins has Easton Ruffin all over him. Jones has it now, being defended by David Duncan. Perry into the paint, dishes it back to Miller. Miller drives, and a foul called. Cale Patterson, the guilty party on that infraction. That's his third foul. Grizzlies have no fouls to give now. That one is inbounded off the back of Braden Verbeck. We'll do it all over again. 5:42 remaining in the fourth. 39-31 South. South trying to sweep the season series. There is no chance we will see South in the playoffs, as South is 6A and we are 5A this year. So this will be our last opportunity to play against South this year. Now we have another foul called, this time on David Duncan. It's his third foul. It also puts South High in the bonus. So this is a 1-and-1 opportunity for Abel Jones. First one is good. If I didn't know any better, I'd say Abel Jones was facing at a 45-degree angle from that basket. Sure looked like it. Made them both, though. Can't argue with that. 41-31. Grizzlies down by 10. Time beginning to run out on Northwest. Into the paint. Around the horn it goes. Easton Ruffin now over to Duncan. Duncan drives, pulls it back. Ruffin into the paint, puts it up and misses. Rebound by Perry. And here comes Kieran Sears bringing it down. And he lost the handle, and who's there to pick it up but Lincoln Phillips. Phillips puts it up himself, tried to get it off the glass, didn't go. Jones sends it back to Sears. Sears will have an easy lay-in, and he does. Sears was all alone over there in his own zip code. Here's Phillips for three. In and out, no good. Rebound to Ruffin. Put back, no good. Cale Patterson scores and counted in a foul. He'll go to the line and shoot one. And I'll bet you that is his first bucket of the night. Is it? Yeah. Ruffin comes out. Wilson comes back in. Cale Patterson to shoot his free throw and try and get it back into single digits. And he misses. Rebound to Abel Jones. Here comes South High back. Jones drives, puts it up left-handed. That thing almost went. And what are we going to call here? They're calling a charge. Charge is called on Jones. That's his third foul. Turns the ball over on a player control foul. DeAndre Wilson with it. David Duncan over to Braden Verbeck. Braden Verbeck. Two guys on him, dishes it off. Phillips for three, off the heel, no good. Rebounded there by Frierson. Jones lost it. Loose ball on the floor, what's called a jump ball, and the ball will stay with South High on the alternating possession. Arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. Malik Story comes back in, and Jones goes out for South High. No changes for the Grizzlies. Perry will bring it across the timeline. Token pressure by Verbeck here. 3:45 to go. He drives, puts it up, misses everything. And Cale Patterson is fouled. I think that foul will be on Frierson. It's his first foul. That's one in a row for yours truly. Frierson goes out, and Kieran Sears comes back in. DeAndre Wilson brings the ball across the timeline. Now to Phillips, over in the corner to Duncan. Back to Phillips. To Wilson. To Phillips. Back to Wilson on a bounce pass. Over on the near side. Now Verbeck has it. Back to Wilson. 3-2 zone being employed now by the Titans. Verbeck with it. Gets around his man. Under the basket, gives it to Phillips for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by South High's Cordell Perry. And here come the Titans back. Perry will pull it out and wait for things to get set and maybe stall for some time all at the same time. There's a loose ball, and what do we have here? Timeout being taken by South High in order to save the possession. We'll take one with them. Stay with us. 43-33, Grizzlies trail. This is Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Back at South High, Titans will inbound here with 2:52 to go. Loggins with it. Back to Sears. Sears puts it up. And it misses. Rebound loose, out of play. It will stay with South High. Cale Patterson couldn't control it, but a good effort on his part nonetheless. Grizzlies once again working very hard tonight. Miller. Back out here to Perry. Perry is looking for an opening. Now they attack him. He gets it out here to Miller. Playing a little bit of keep away here. Wilson almost fell. Going backwards. Sears for three. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Wilson. And here come the Grizzlies back. Grizzlies need to score on every possession now. Verbeck does it with three. And a timeout taken by the Grizzlies. 43-36. Grizzlies trail. 2:04 to go. We'll be back with the rest after this. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
Hey, great party. Oh, thanks. Here you go. One hamburger, medium well. This is well done. No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house to tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Back in action here. South High about to inbound, and they do, to Cordell Perry. Grizzlies did not make any personnel changes during the timeout. Miller puts it up. He's fouled, counted it, and a foul. Well, that's unfortunate. Braden Verbeck guilty of the infraction. It'll be a one-shot opportunity here for Miller going for the three-point play. He misses, it bounces around, it doesn't go in. 45-36, Grizzlies down by 9. 1:45 to go. And there's a foul on Miller. And the Grizzlies will shoot free throws as they're now in the bonus. DeAndre Wilson will shoot 1 and 1, and I can't tell you how important these 2 points are. He missed it. And here's the numbers now. Miller up, and nice play, tip in, good by Jones. Wow. 47-36, Grizzlies down by 11. And Grizzlies errant pass goes out of bounds to South High. Grizzlies down by 11 with 1:23 to go. This does not look good. Sears inbounds to Loggins. Loggins sends it down to Miller. Miller all by himself, easy lay-in. Oh, you can't give those kind away. And that may have just put the nail in the coffin. We're down by 13 with 70 seconds to go. Now a whistle and a foul, and DeAndre Wilson will go to the line and shoot 2 this time. Foul is on Loggins. That's, believe it or not, his first foul. Seems like we've been calling his name all night. Wilson's first one is good. And he makes them both. Easton Ruffin comes in for Verbeck. Inbound to Sears. Sears will be content to draw the foul like he just did. Lincoln Phillips fouls him. That is I'm sorry, it was on Duncan, not Phillips. David Duncan fouls him. That's his fourth. Sends him to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. First one is good. He'll have a bonus. Wow. The second one missed, and going for the rebound, Loggins took a swan dive, but he's okay. 1:01 to go in the contest. Grizzlies down by a dozen. Verbeck's shot is blocked by Perry. That's at least the seventh block tonight, and I think between Perry and Miller, they've got them all. But it was a nice play. Wilson puts it up, and it drops. 50-40. Grizzlies trail, 45 seconds to go. Ball's out of play. Give it back to the Northwest. 42 seconds remaining. They need to score in a hurry. And Jones just picked Wilson's pocket and goes down and gets the lay-in. That puts the nail on the coffin. They're down by a dozen with 25 to go. Verbeck puts up a three. It's in and out, no good. 3-on-1 now. Miller down there, and Verbeck had no choice but to foul him. It will send Miller to the line to shoot a pair. Braden's third comes with 17 seconds to go in the contest. So the free throws here are basically academic, as Northwest is going to go down to at least a double-digit loss here. First one by Miller was good. Linton comes back in for the Grizzlies. Also into the game, Ethan Garrett, number 13. And they made some other changes. Let me see if I can see who else is out there. Verbeck and Duncan are still out there. Linton and Phillips. So we only made two changes. 17 to go. We're down by 14. Linton inbounds the ball. Garrett has it. They send it forward. And a pass to Garrett is intercepted, and that'll do it. Story will just walk it out. 3 to go. 2, 1, and that's it, folks. Grizzlies fought hard tonight, but come up on the short end of a 54-40 score at the hands of the South High Titans. We'll come back to wrap this up in 30 seconds. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball. One more.
Hey, where are you going? You can't get by me. I'm number one in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number one. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am a king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Boo! Hey, where are you going? You can't get by me. I'm number one in this class.
Grizzlies come up on the short end of a score tonight, 54-40 at the hands of the South High Titans, in a game that, quite frankly, I thought was closer than the score. The Grizzlies they played well, just not well enough to overcome South High in the end. We're on the air next on Tuesday for the season finale. We will go to West, and by then we should know some more about what the playoff situation is. It is my guess that we are almost certain to play in a play-in game somewhere, whether it's at home or away. So we'll let you know about that hopefully on Tuesday, and if not, shortly thereafter. Thanks for joining us tonight on the web. Hope you enjoyed the delayed podcast of tonight's game at South High, and look forward to seeing you live on Tuesday from West High. For our executive producers, Matthew Smith and John Heiser, I'm Kevin Arkin saying good night. Grizzlies fall tonight, 54-40. We'll see you Tuesday. Have a good weekend. Hang on a minute. Stopping. Did you hit that to get this? Stopping. Okay. Hit it again. I'm going to read the rest of it for you. I just want to make sure it's right. Yeah, you can go ahead and confirm it.